Trump went to the National Prayer Service. Hold on, let me get this up because my team just texted it to me. He goes to the National Prayer Service in Washington, D.C. He's there with, I think, the First Lady. I saw J.D. Vance. And this Bishop of Washington, it's a woman in the Episcopal Church, Marianne Edgar Buddy, decides to take the opportunity with the newly sworn-in president to lecture him on, I believe, LGBTQ rights and how he really needs to soften, and illegal immigrants. Listen to this woman.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children, and some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meatpacking plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation.
Trump's at it.
But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals.
Oh my God. Trump, just at the end there, Trump looks off to the side. You can see him like, all right. Just FYI, this woman, according to the Daily Mail, has a long history of criticizing Trump in his first term, especially after he stood next to the Episcopal Church holding the Bible after clearing protesters out of Lafayette Square. In an interview with CBS the next morning, Buddy slammed Trump's actions, calling them antithetical to the teachings of Jesus and everything that we stand for as a church. She also condemned Trump while attending an outdoor Black Lives Matter protest in 2020, wearing a mask during the coronavirus pandemic. Quote, "I've given up speaking to President Trump. We need to replace President Trump." I'm sorry, but who told President Trump he should go here? This is a failure of the team. With all due respect, that he should not have been placed in the position of having to sit there and be lectured to by this woman who clearly hates him, Rich.
Peak Episcopalian right there. I hate to say that's an Episcopalian sermon.
I'm sorry, but you're right.
Inveighing against Republican policy. I imagine she thinks she's speaking truth to power, but that's not the time or the place. And it's just bizarre to hear a Christian minister or bishop going on about gay rights like that. But again, that's
and transgender children, which is not a thing. Yeah. That is a made up thing. Those are kids who are dealing with most likely their parents' mental illness, but in some cases their own societal struggles, who need therapy from someone who's objective and not trying to push them out of their biological sex, which is not possible. Charles, I can't believe this. I mean, I can believe it, but it's just so annoying. And to Rich's point, I told my audience, like a year or so ago, less than, I've been going through this process to try to get my first marriage annulled in the Catholic Church. And it created a bit of a crisis of faith for me because, you got to deal with the middleman. And why am I dealing with the middleman? And why do the middlemen have all this say over me and my relationship with God? And it led me to have a Woody Allen-esque. It's a good insight. Is that what you said?
It's a very Protestant insight.
Yeah, it is a Protestant. So it led me to go on like that journey. I can't remember which movie it was of Woody Allen's where he goes and he tries out all these religions, but I did kind of dip a toe in Episcopalian to see if I could feel better when I was over there. It was a hard no. The one service I showed up for was a female pastor, and it was all about transgender children and how we have to accept transgenderism and we have to like be great with transgender kids. I'm like, I'm out. I left mid sermon, and sure enough, how did he get put in this position?
Right. So when Trump was sworn in yesterday, I said to my wife, I said, we're now going to get a whole litany of really annoying people saying annoying things that they didn't during the Biden years. And she said, well, what sort of thing are you thinking of? And I said, I don't know. But every day, the last Trump administration, there was something that was profoundly stupid or annoying that someone said. And then within 24 hours, we've got perfect examples of this that I couldn't have remembered or imagined. But Elon Musk is a Nazi doing the Nazi salute. And he's lectured in a church service by a female Episcopalian about transgender children. That is exactly what happens when Trump is president. This is a free-floating thought. Why is it that people on the left who think that they are the great friends of illegal immigrants can only talk about them like that. They only ever talk about them as people who do menial tasks. They say that they pick things and clean things.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that seems to come to mind as a defense. I don't agree with illegal immigration. I want us to crack down on it very, very strongly. But I would feel a bit weird if I talked about other people like that. Like that was their only role in the world was.
Who's going to do my nails if you get rid of all the illegals?
That's not the argument. I mean, that's such a dispiriting argument. The argument is they're people, but they came into the country illegally, and they shouldn't. And we have control over our borders, and the people who live here ought to get some say over who joins them. That's the argument for having borders. That borders make a nation. The argument is not, well, who's going to do all the menial work? But even a priest or bishop or whatever she is said that. It's so weird to me. They need to.
By the way,
it's
so false. It's like you're so worried about the children. Where are you in standing up for girls in sports, which the vast majority of the American population wants to do now? It was President Trump who signed that EO protecting them yesterday. It's President Trump who will restore young men's due process rights on college campuses. What about those children? Does she care about them? Does she care about the young girls who are tied to rape trees along the southern border by these gangs who bring people across? Is that because cracking down at the border will save them? But I didn't hear that in her, quote, sermon. That was the least godly little bit of advice I've heard in a while. And I'm in news, so it's saying something. Life is busy, and finding time to shop for clothes can feel impossible. This is why Daily Look is a game changer, the #1 premium personal styling service for women. Here's how it works. A stylist curates a box of up to 12 pieces tailored to body shape, preferences, and lifestyle. Whether chic office outfits or cozy everyday looks are needed, Daily Look delivers what fits the moment. Everything can be tried on at home, and you keep what works and send back the rest. With free shipping both ways, by the way. It's a seamless, stress-free way to elevate any wardrobe. Daily Look works with top brands like Kate Spade and more, offering premium pieces for every occasion. Sizes range from extra small to 3X and 0 to 24, making it an inclusive styling service for everyone. Daily Look's mission is simple. Elevate the personal style of the people who come to them while saving time and effort. It's time to get your own personal stylist with Daily Look. Head to dailylook.com to take your style quiz and use the code Megyn to get 50% off your first order. Dailylook.com for 50% off. And make sure you use my promo code Megyn so they know I sent you and you get your discount. Dailylook.com, promo code MEGYN. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.